All right, in this video we're going to talk about the ellipse. So an ellipse is the set of all points such that the sum of the distances from point to two fixed points, and again those are our foci, is constant. So this distance plus this distance would be equal to this distance plus this distance if I put any point on and then connect to my foci. This distance plus this distance will be the same. So the way I trace out an ellipse, or think about tracing out an ellipse, is that I have a fixed distance between these 2 points. So there's some nice videos on YouTube of this. So if I make a string and put it around 2 points and then trace out the distance, so my distance is going to be fixed between those 2 points because it's going to be this bit of string that I'm adding up. So now if I just trace this around to create every single point, then I'm going to end up with an ellipse. All right, so let me stop this and come back over here. So that's what an ellipse looks like. Let's look at the equation for an ellipse. So if we're centered at 0, 0, then my equation is going to be x squared over a squared. So a is going to be my distance from the center to going out to the widest point. So this is my distance a. If I look at the full bit going from widest point to widest point, so we call this the major axis, and it has a length of 2a. So we've got both of the a's. The minor axis is the shorter one. So major axis is going to be the bigger one. So it's not always going to be the widest one, because I could have an ellipse that is tall. So I could also have an ellipse like this. In this case, I would have a major axis that ran this way. Oops. And then my minor axis would go across the center this way. So depending on the shape, major or minor, but always the distance from the center out to the right, that's always going to have a length of a. Center up is always going to have a length of b. So depending on whether a or b is bigger will depend on the shape. Is it a wide one or is it a tall ellipse? If we move the center, then we add in an hk to shift the center. So now my distance a is still here, so then this point on the axis is going to be h plus a, and the y value will stay the same as k. This point over here, well, in this case it looks like it's at 0. That's not necessarily true. I would find this point by doing h minus a. My y value would stay the same. This distance is going to be b, so the x stays the same, and now I take k plus b. This point down here, h stays the same, k minus b to get to the bottom.